Welcome back to another Premier League predictions video. This is for week 27 of the Premier League, and we're really getting towards the back end of the season. This is where results really count. The first game up is Burnley and Arsenal. This is a massive game for both sides. Burnley, they really need to win this game because that relegation zone is starting to creep up on them, and Arsenal, they need to win this game because they're still in the hunt for the top four. Either side could win this game. Burnley are very strong at home, so it won't be an easy game for Arsenal. Although Arsenal, they've had some really good results recently. I think it'll be a 2-1 win to Arsenal. Next game up is Sheffield and Southampton. Southampton have been shocking this season, once again. It needs repeating because now Southampton have won just once in their last 13 league games. Absolutely ridiculous and really unacceptable. Whereas with Sheffield, surprisingly, they beat Aston Villa in their last game. I'm not quite sure how they pulled that off, but good on them. And if they can beat Southampton in this game, ensuring a couple of results together, they could potentially stay up. It is a big ask, but, anything's possible. I think it'll be a 2-0 win to Sheffield. Next game up is Aston Villa and Wolves. This is a tough game to call. Either side could win this game. Not obviously. Wolves have been in very good form recently. They're actually one of the most informed teams in the league. And with Aston Villa, they did get a good away result against Leeds a couple of games ago, but then they went and lost to Sheffield. So I'm not quite sure where they are at the moment. But for this game, I think it'll be a 1-1 draw. Next game up is Bryden and Lester. Both teams are in shocking form at the moment. Particularly Leicester because they're in the top four. They're supposed to be a top five side, but they've only won once in the last 5 games. They're really struggling. It must be because of their injuries. They've had quite a few injuries and it's starting to take a toll on the team. Whereas with Bryden, they've kind of struggled all season, and there was a patch where they kind of came into a form a little bit, but now it looks like they're going down again, and they're not really picking up many points. I think it'll be a 1-1 draw. Next game up is West Brom and Newcastle. This is another tough game to call, and it's a massive game because both sides are still in a relegation battle. If either side can pick up 3 points, that is another step towards staying up in the Premier League. West Brom, they did get maximum points in the last game, so they did well doing that. And with Newcastle, they managed to grab a point against Wolves, although they'll feel aggrieved because they probably could have taken all 3 points. Either side could win this game. I think it'll be a 2-1 win to West Brom. Next game up is Liverpool and Fulham. This could be one of the games of the weekend because both sides play attacking progressive football. Fulham are one of the informed teams in the league, as I mentioned with Wolves before. Both of those teams are playing some good football. And with Liverpool, they managed to snap their losing streak, finally winning a game. I think before they won against Sheffield, they lost their previous 4 games, so they managed to get that out of the way. I'm not really too sure if Liverpool is in form at the moment. They did win, but I'm not sure if that changed anything. They've still got injuries, and they're really struggling at the moment. Whereas with Fulham, it looks like they're quite confident at the moment. Obviously, winning some games does that. Either side could win this game, but I think it'll be a 1-1 draw. Next game up is Man City and Man United. Normally, I would say that this is one of the games of the weekend, but I don't think it will be because Man United are struggling at the moment. They're really not scoring many goals and they're not creating any chances. That's probably why. And Man City is kind of the opposite. They're playing well, they're confident. They're really, really putting their chances away. And I don't see how Man United win this game. I think it'll be similar to when Man City played Liverpool, where it was close in the first half, but then Man City ended up steamrolling Liverpool. I think it'll be a 3-0 win to City. Next game up is Tottenham and Crystal Palace. This will be a 2-0 win to Tottenham. Tottenham have been struggling a lot recently as well, but I think that Burnley result will really help their confidence. And with Palace, they've really struggled this season. There's been quite a few teams that have, but it looks like they've never really got themselves together this season. Haven't really won too many games, and I guess having scored too many goals as well. I don't see how they beat Tottenham. Maybe they could probably grab a draw, but yeah, I think a 2-0 result is about right. Next game up is Chelsea and Everton. This will be a tough game, and probably could be one of the games of the weekend. Actually, maybe not, because Chelsea are really struggling. They're not really creating many chances, and they don't really look that good to watch at the moment. They're really struggling to string passes together and having any kind of rhythm. Whereas with Everton, they're one of the most informed teams away from home in the Premier League. Absolutely brilliant and outstanding. They really are a force to be reckoned with on the road. And I think they win this one 2-1. For some reason, they just seem to click away from home, man. They just seem to sweep teams away. And they'll continue to do that in this game. Next game up is West Ham and Leeds. This will be a 3-0 win to West Ham. West Ham were unlucky to get nothing from the game against Man City last week. They played very well, and they were devastated to lose that game. Whereas with Leeds, they did have a good result against Southampton a couple of games ago, but then they lost to Aston Villa. They'll be disappointed by that. But I think West Ham are the real deal this season. They actually look like a Champions League team, and I think they'll win this one quite easily. Next game up is Man City and Southampton, the last game of the week. This will be a 4-0 win to City. Once again, Southampton get nothing out of this game. They are really struggling, and they could actually go down this season. That's how bad it is. Because they had such a good first start to the season, that's kind of saving them at the moment, but I think they've got to at least get a couple of results before the end of the season, because they could really go down. And that's about it.